Ever since the whole Neville Goddard law of assumption enchilada has been trending, giving up is generally frowned upon. Law of attraction doesn't deal with this topic altogether, and law of assumption tells you to persist, 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 persist. Luckily, though, I teach neither of these law-based things. I focus on self-improvement and conscious creation of your life experience. But even outside of the realm of manifesting or conscious creation, people have a tendency to judge giving up as something bad. They associate the entire act of giving up with being weak, with not having made it, with losing, with generally really harsh negative judgmental attributes. And this whole negative vibe around the topic of giving up or letting go, dropping something, moving on, thank you, next, is a result of a very screwed interpretation of investment and time spent. Since humans are used to measuring things in units of time, they also measure their investment predominantly in units of time. Unless it's about money, but that's a different story. And you know this. If you've been a human for more than 5 minutes, you know exactly what I'm talking about. All of you manifesting people here have clicked at the very least at one video that was claiming to teach you to speed up your manifestation. Get them overnight. Every single one of you has at some point in their life asked themselves, why is it not working? I've been doing this for insert whatever amount of days, weeks, months, or even years. So not only do we measure everything in time, we also have a very strange way of attaching a certain expectation to the fictional units of time. And that then leads to us applying judgment onto the situation, the thing, ourselves, our abilities, and the outlook, the prognosis, the assumptions for the future. It's rather easy for us to try out something once or twice and don't enjoy it, kinda suck at it, fail at it completely, and then just say, oh well, wasn't for me, moving on next. But it's a whole different story if we have been trying something or working on something for an extended amount of units of time over and over and over again, have invested not only actual time but also emotions. It's very easy for us to then start to create a not real attachment just based on the investment. It's the whole idea of I've been doing this for so long, I don't want to let go of it just because I've been doing it for so long, because it would make me feel bad about myself if I had basically wasted all of this time. All that together creates a state of being where we don't know what to do next anymore. But the reality is that we do burn out, that we do reach our limits, that we do get to meet our boundaries and are unable to overcome them or push them even further. The reality is that we do feel spent. The reality is that we change while we are investing, that we grow as people. The reality is that we change our minds. The reality is that we make discoveries about ourselves or the thing, the object, the person that we're after that influence our change of mind and change of heart. The reality is that every single one of us has a certain capacity to deal and carry bullshit and go on with bullshit. It's called stamina. And the reality is that at some point in time, our stamina has come to an end. And then we find ourselves in a situation where we don't know if we just did something wrong and if we should give it yet another shot, or if this may just not be right for us. At some point in time, when you've been trying to do something or trying to accomplish something over and over and over again, and you have followed all the rules according to yourself, the rules, you have followed the plan that you have decided is the most sensible, is the most potentially successful for you. If you have taken all the steps and you have done all the things that you deem to be correct and appropriate, and you still have not gotten it. At this point in time, every single one, without an exception, is going to ask themselves if there isn't a greater thing at play. When we get to the end of our ropes, we have a tendency to all of a sudden believe in God, all of a sudden believe in destiny, and all of a sudden believe in, oh, the universe has a plan for us. When in all reality, the bigger thing that is at play is nothing but your self-concept. However, the self-concept is, very unlike time, a thing that is massively underappreciated and not developed correctly. And if you browse through YouTube and TikTok and whatnot and look for the whole self-concept enchilada videos, tips and guides and whatnot, for the most part you only find superficial bullshit that's not actually helping you in any bigger sense, way, shape, or form. I'm gonna give you a real example because that was a little bit vague. If you're after a specific person and you want to manifest them on purpose, the self-concept support that you get online usually consists of affirmations, point of views, and the development of beliefs like I am worthy, I'm the prize, I am desirable, I am beautiful, I'm powerful, I got this, everybody loves me. If you watch really low quality trash bag content, then you're also gonna get affirmations like he loves me, she's obsessed with me. But the aspects of the self-concept that are really actually freaking important to like handle your entire existence completely get neglected, because what you actually need is the belief that you're gonna figure it out, is the belief that you know who you are and you have clarity over why you want the things that you want. And that's the crux that gets completely overlooked. People are lusting after specific desires, claiming, oh, well, I do desire it, so it must be for me. Wrong. You're completely neglecting your psychology, your wounds, your attachments, and your subconscious, really bullshit reasons, your coping mechanisms that drive you to want things for the sake of getting outside validation, for things, beliefs that you do not yet have within yourself, but you would like to have them. So you are lusting after an unavailable person for the sake of proving to yourself that A, you are strong enough and powerful enough as a creator to get anything that you want, and B, to prove that you are worthy and special and lovable and whatnot. You could go after the millions of available people who are also a great catch, but you choose to want this specific motherfucker that has rejected you already, that's mistreating you, because you need them to change for the sake of accepting yourself, for the sake of feeling good about yourself, as leverage to convince your brain that you're not all that bad. And all of these self-concept affirmation bullshit tapes, not all, but the majority of them, are supporting exactly that wrong aspect. It's a wrong approach. What you need to know is who you are. What you need to have is absolute crystal clarity over why it is that you want the things that you want. And only then you are able to decipher between the goodies that are for you and the shit that's not for you. Only then you're able to, instead of lusting after something, actually successfully pursuing that which is in alignment with you. I'm not saying that the stuff that's inherently authentically in alignment with you is always super easy to come by. You still need to grow. You still need to develop. You still need to become the person that's able of getting it, having it, maintaining it. Okay, so there's still, like, you still have to climb up that ladder. There's no way around it. You still have to take actions. You still have to improve yourself. You still have to maintain your self-concept. You still have to soothe yourself. You still have to purge. You still have to process shitty emotions. But the difference is that in the thing that is authentically for you, there's purpose. The stuff that's authentically for you is part of your purpose. The stuff that you're lusting after that is not authentically for you are lessons. So essentially, it's a question of, am I done learning the lessons? Am I ready to face my purpose? Yes or no? And you're only gonna be able to answer that question appropriately for yourself once you know why you want it. So start asking yourself, Why do I want this? Is this authentically something that drives you, inspires you? Is this authentically something that would make you so freaking happy, would add so much value to your life? Or do you want this because you use it as a means to the end to prove to yourself and others that you are in fact that what you're claiming you want to be, even though you do not believe that you are that?